Hi everyone, Christopher Grimm here. In this video I present you with my top 10 least favorite episodes of SpongeBob SquarePants. Please note, this list is just my opinion. If you don't agree with this list, and do like the episodes I'm about to talk about, I respect your opinion, as long as you respect mine. Anyways, on with the countdown, starting at number 10. Number 10. Pet Sitter Pat. Ugh, this episode is so bad. This is the first of many Patrick is a prick episodes you'll see on this list. SpongeBob should have hired a professional pet caregiver, instead of Patrick. Patrick does not know how to take care of a pet, not even Gary. And, before we move on, I won't be giving my final ratings for these episodes, because the episodes on this list are that terrible. Number 9. Jolly Lodgers. This is the one of many Squidward torture episodes you'll see on this list. Where do I even start with this episode? Oh yeah, in this episode, Squidward just wants to be left alone at the hotel he's staying at, and as you'd expect, SpongeBob and Patrick don't get the message. I think I've said enough about this episode. It's definitely time we move on to number 8. Number 8. Out of the Picture. Wow. This episode really proves how uncaring Mr. Krabs can be. This episode also proves that Mr. Krabs only cares about money, and not anything or anybody else. This is yet another lame attempt of his to make money for his own selfish needs. I've definitely said enough about this episode. Now on to number 7. Number 7. Grandma's Kisses. Now, I'll admit it, I used to like this episode, but then I finally realized how mean-spirited this episode is. This episode is basically saying that once you get older, your grandma shouldn't kiss you in public. Oh come on, there is absolutely nothing wrong with your grandma kissing you in public, especially one more thing is that you're never too old for that. Another ridiculous thing they are saying in this episode, is that cookies and milk are only for babies. Oh come on, you're never too old for cookies and milk. I love both those things. Number 6. Choir Boys. Where do I even begin with this episode? Oh yeah, SpongeBob ruins yet another fun thing that Squidward wants to do. Squidward should have gotten that mustache, not SpongeBob. I've said enough about this episode. Number 5. Cephalopod Lodge. Now we're getting into the top 5, the episode one hate the most. Anyways, SpongeBob and Patrick ruin yet another fun activity for Squidward. That activity was for Squidward only. This club was only for cephalopods, hence the title. Anyhow, I did not see any remorse on SpongeBob and Patrick's face, I didn't even hear them say sorry to Squidward. Number 4. Ink Lemonade. Not much to say about this episode, except that this episode is so gross. Patrick scares Squidward constantly in this episode, just so he can get his ink to make lemonade. And I can't believe the people of Bikini Bottom liked it. Oh come on, if I drink the stuff that Patrick was selling there, I'd throw up for sure. I think I've said enough about this episode, that's for sure. Number 3. Little Yellow Book. This episode is so mean-spirited, Squidward should have just left SpongeBob's diary alone. It is not, I repeat not okay to go through someone else's diary or journal, it would really hurt their feelings. I do like Squidward, but he is an absolute jerk in this episode, and he shows absolutely no remorse to a devastated SpongeBob here, and he should know that he caused SpongeBob to be devastated here. Number 2. Good Neighbors. Here we have the episode that started Squidward torture. Squidward's relaxing Sunday turns to an absolute nightmare for him, and boy, you don't even know how sorry I feel for him here. SpongeBob and Patrick are being very bad neighbors here, and even though they brought Squidward that cake that said sorry for bugging you so much, they should have said sorry with actual words, but they did not look sorry in my opinion. SpongeBob and Patrick should have simply left Squidward to relax on Sunday, but they did not get the message that he just wanted to relax. Alright everyone, we have made it to number 1, my least favorite SpongeBob episode is One-course meal. This episode really shows that Mr. Krabs is even worse than Plankton sometimes. Mr. Krabs constantly scaring Plankton while dressing up as Pearl to keep him away from the Krabby Patty secret away from him is not cool. That infamous scene in this episode where Plankton lies on the street waiting for a bus to run over him just makes me sick to my stomach, and what makes it worse is, when SpongeBob tells Mr. Krabs that Plankton is lying down in the street, Mr. Krabs giggles about it. What? That's not even funny, but you'd expect something like that from a selfish and greedy person like Mr. Krabs. And was I laughing at that scene? No, I was not. Was I laughing at any part of this episode? Absolutely not. Just about every SpongeBob fan that I know of does not like this episode, and a lot of them consider it the worst one. Do I blame them for that? Of course not. That's the end of this video. Don't forget to leave a like, share this video, subscribe, and click that bell so you never miss an upload of mine. Goodbye.